In late 2007, the number one prospect in the Boston Red Sox organization finally had his time to shine. In 30 games played, Jacoby Ellsbury hit real well, stole 9 bases, and made it to the postseason roster where he'd perform even better. In 11 postseason games for the Red Sox, Ellsbury hit .360 with a .949 OPS, swiping 2 bases and helping the Sox win their second championship in the span of 4 years. As far as what Ellsbury showed, it was all just a tease of what was to come. In 145 games played the next season in 2008, Jacoby Ellsbury, although not necessarily hitting for much power and being a little bit of a below-average bat, he went out and stole 50 bases in his rookie season. Ellsbury scoffed at the fact that he only stole 50 in 2008, so he went out and not only hit better, but stole 70 in 2009. 2010 didn't see much playing time for Jacoby due to a collision he'd have with Adrian Beltre in the beginning of the season, only playing 18 games overall, but then 2011 rolled around. In 2011, Jacoby Ellsbury played 158 games and had 732 plate appearances, which was the most in all of baseball. In those 732 plate appearances, he sure delivered. Although stealing a lot of bases yet again with 39, it of course wasn't nearly as much as it was from the previous years, but Ellsbury's season was much more balanced. He got 212 hits, 46 of which were doubles, 32 of which were home runs, driving in 105 runs, hit .321 with a .928 OPS, totaling 364 bases, which was the most in baseball, became an All-Star, won a Gold Glove Award, a Silver Slugger Award, and finished second in the American League MVP voting. The season didn't end the way he or the Red Sox had hoped, with one of the worst collapses in history going down, but Ellsbury was definitely a bright spot for the future of the franchise. 2012 was another injury-plagued season after Ellsbury hurt his shoulder during an attempt to break up a double play, resulting in him only playing 75 games. It's not like he missed a great season anyway, as the Red Sox finished dead last in their division, but then came the magical 2013 season. In 2013, things clicked on all cylinders for pretty much everyone on the Red Sox, including Ellsbury, who set a franchise record for stolen bases in a single game with 5 and stole the most bases in all of baseball with 52, going on to help the Red Sox win it all. To free agency he'd go, and where would he sign? New York to join the Yankees with a 7-year, $153 million deal. This of course did not bode very well with Boston fans, as he'd get mostly booed during his first game back at Fenway, this time as a Yankee in 2014. With that said, Red Sox fans would eventually come to appreciate Ellsbury signing with the Yankees. Why? Because it turned into one of the worst free agent signings for New York of all time. Ellsbury couldn't have been any further from living up to his contract, as his best years were behind him. In 2014, his first year with the Yankees, Ellsbury hit .271 with a .747 OPS. His OPS plus was 111, so with 100 being average, he was 11 points above league average. It all went downhill from there. Ellsbury did have an incredible start to the 2015 season, only for him to get placed on the injured list with a right knee sprain, missing 2 months and playing really poorly upon returning, at one point losing his starting job. 2016 featured a Jacoby Ellsbury with no injury issues, but that didn't matter because he just flat out was not good. In 148 games that year, of course a really good sample size, Ellsbury was an incredibly below average hitter. 2017 was the beginning of the end. After suffering a concussion and missing 29 games, Ellsbury would lose his starting job to Aaron Hicks, and after Hicks was placed on the injured list, Ellsbury lost his starting job yet again, this time to the young Clint Frazier. In 520 games played through the first 4 years of his contract, Jacoby Ellsbury was a below-average hitter. Would he be able to redeem himself for the last 3 years? The answer is no, because he'd never play another game for the team. Ellsbury missed all of the 2018 season due to a right oblique strain, and then a hip injury which had to be repaired with surgery. He missed the beginning of the 2019 season due to a foot injury, later being revealed that he had plantar fasciitis and a shoulder injury, missing the entire season. And on November of 2019, the Yankees finally had enough, releasing Jacoby Ellsbury, a man they still owed $21 million for the 2020 season with a $5 million buyout for the 2021 season. As for all that cash, the Yankees plan not to pay him that money, claiming that Ellsbury received unauthorized medical care. The Players Association was not happy about this claim made by the team, filing a grievance with arbitrators siding with Ellsbury and the Players Association, forcing the Yankees to pay him all the money he had left on his contract. And the craziest thing of all, before those years of being paid by the New York Yankees were even done, Ellsbury put a Red Sox uniform back on. During a day where Fenway Park celebrated Dustin Pedroia, who had retired, former teammates of Pedroia's all showed up as part of the celebration, including Jacoby Ellsbury. And who were the Red Sox about to play that very night? The New York Yankees. So not only did Jacoby Ellsbury wear a Red Sox uniform out in the open while still under payroll with the Yankees, but he did so in front of the Yankees. Of course it's not that deep, as Ellsbury was not employed by the team anymore and was wearing that jersey as part of the ceremony for his former teammate, but it just shows how downhill that contract between Ellsbury and the Yankees ended up going. The New York Yankees paid Jacoby Ellsbury to be a below-average hitter for the first half of his contract, and then never play another game for them again for the second half of his contract. Ouch.